Street Widows podcast. It's Ashley, the 29-year-old widow. I'm so happy that you guys are tuned in to Street Widows podcast. It's Widow Wednesday, and y'all know the deal. We are here to heal in public so those healing in private can keep going. Tonight's episode, I'm so excited. I get to see some faces that I haven't seen in a minute. So this is very what's the word I'm looking for? Not impromptu because it's planned, but this is very just chill. We are just having widow talk tonight, y'all. Of course, y'all already know it's a Wednesday night, and so sorry y'all, my phone's going off. It's a Wednesday night, and so everybody is like running around trying to get the kids settled, doing this, doing that. So the widows will be popping in. Hey Shan. The widows will be popping in soon. Cheryl is trying to get logged on. Lisa been at practice with her football star, so she is headed to the crib trying to get the kids settled. Some good widow talk. Y'all already know the deal. I won't tell y'all what I'm drinking today. We'll save that for our film sessions, but I'm feeling good. It has been an awesome day. I hope that everyone else has had a good day. I will say that being here in Atlanta, it's just like the vibe is real weird. Not weird, it's just not normal. Like I'm going into stores, I'm listening to the radio. Everybody is playing Migos. Everybody is playing Takeoff. It is, I mean, it's unfortunate that here we are again. Their black man has lost his life. Um, and it's just senseless. You know what I mean? Um, Shan, stay out of my mind, girl. You be in my head. No, yeah, it's definitely. I feel like the energy here is similar to like. I've not lived in Louisville for a long time, but that first time that I came home after Breonna Taylor, it was weird. Like the energy in the city, it just didn't feel the same, and that's how Atlanta feels right now. It's like, yeah, it's another black man. I mean, and over nothing, right? Like, and technically, we still don't know exactly what, but nothing a life. You cannot, no one can give a life, so no one should take a life, period. You don't take things that you can't give. It's like, don't borrow money from me that I can't borrow from you. Like, don't take something that you can't give, and no one can give anybody their life back. So let's just chill. Like, it's not that serious. Was I triggered? I think I have got, well, I think certain things trigger me. So not that, but I was gonna say I think I've gotten out of the space where like I see random deaths and I'm very triggered. The first couple of years I was very triggered. Now I think it's gotta be like a little bit closer to me for me to be so triggered. But I was saddened. I mean, my heart goes out to the family. My heart goes out to his friends, to his business partners. I mean, to just anybody who knew him. For Cheryl. Cheryl's coming in. Hey. Cheryl got that hair pressed, laid, baby, laid. Cheryl, can you hear? Hold on a second. I think it's me, y'all. But Cheryl, we say something, Cheryl. Okay. Okay. I just had to make sure because sometimes my computer does weird stuff. Um, but welcome, Cheryl. Yeah. Hey, yes, ma'am. Do you want to share what you drinking on or not yet? Oh, sure. It's. I think we have a delay, but it may be me. Sure. Try to go out and come back in. Get your internet, but we'll try to let Cheryl's video come in more clear. But yeah, she's froze. I see that too. Okay, wait, Cheryl. Yeah, I can see your interaction, and it's like good and then bad, and then good and then bad. Now it's medium. It's in the yellow.
Okay. I don't know.
I heard we getting there. We get there. Cheryl, it's been a long time since we've talked. How you been?
There are now.
Yeah, it's try to play around with it and see if we can't get it any better. If you're on the phone, I would suggest just turning your Wi-Fi off. But if you're on the computer, then of course that's not an option. Um, Maybe a different location.
Yeah, I jumped on my lap. I was on my phone the whole time. Am
You
I
said you
trying?
jumped on.
Let me leave and come. Let me leave and come back.
Yeah, let's try that. Let's see if that works.
I'm gonna leave and come back in. I'll be right back.
Okay. Technical difficulties. We'll get it. We'll get it. We just getting started with 6 minutes in. We got a good 45 minutes. It's all good. But yeah, I think that conflict resolution is key. And it's just like loving ourselves, right? And loving our people enough to know that, like, ultimately, we are not each other's enemy. A lot of our behaviors, honestly, a lot of our thought processes when it comes to the way that we see our and sisters, our melanated folks, all of this is trained and trained thinking that has been embedded in us for over 400 years at this point. And so I like everyone is having this conversation, right? Because at this point, there's been so many, unfortunately, there's been so many rappers and killed. And so it is like, at this point, it's just we're tired of seeing it. And so people are finally starting to have these conversations of like, what can we do to change our culture? What can we do to change the things that are going on? And I have seen quite a few rappers say, I'm done rapping, or I'm done rapping about XYZ. And even that is kind of difficult for me because I do feel like if you're an artist, you're going to talk about your life, right? And I've been a major component of some people do not have other options or do not see the other options are realistic for them. And so they take the paths that they take. And so if you are an artist, what are you supposed to talk about aside from what you live? Now, we don't want to glorify, negativity, but at the same instance, who is anybody to tell you that you can't share in your artistry your life experiences. So if we want to talk about like rappers and what they rap about in the subject topic, let's also talk about our communities and how our Black people, men and women, are coming up, what they're exposed to, the opportunities that even as an adult, the opportunities that our Black men have. I literally just talked about this on the Portia show. If y'all tuned in to Fox 5 Atlanta, I was on Portia show yesterday and I talked about this because everyone doesn't have the same opportunity. I hate when people say that everyone doesn't have the same opportunity, and some people just make the best of what is in front of them and what's presented to them. So, conflict resolution is definitely a solution, but I think it just goes even deeper to like loving ourselves, knowing where we come from, knowing our history, knowing that we are descendants of royalty, of kings and queens, and loving ourselves as such, and then loving our brothers and our sisters as such too. But yes, it was a tough one. I woke up to that and was just like, honestly, I was like, what the fuck? Like, what? Um, Cheryl, your internet connection's on red right now. So I don't know how good we're gonna be able to hear you. But I do want to get your thoughts. Um, yeah, Cheryl, it's your internet connection. Did you switch over to the phone? It, what do y'all think though? While we trying to let Cheryl's internet connection come back in, what do y'all think about it? I just feel like I don't think people need to stop rapping. Like, if this is your life experience, it's your life. Nobody can tell you not to share your life. She been froze the whole time. Yeah, it's. I can see her internet connection. Her internet connection is not so good. Um, what do y'all think about it? Let me know in the comments in the chat. I just feel like people who haven't had these experiences, like, let's not glorify them, but if this is where you come from and this is what you've seen, like, kind of got the right to speak on what you've been through. It's like somebody telling me, oh, you're a widow, but don't glorify that, or don't talk about that. What? Like, it's my life. What do you mean? What else am I gonna talk about? But I understand how it is problematic. I understand how it has shaped an entire generation. I understand that the kids are listening, and even some adults, let's be real about it, are listening to the music and wanting to emulate what they hear. We need to start with the kids. Yep, self-love and conflict resolution. And that's something. So the police officer who was on the Portia show with me, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I had to challenge some of his thinking because I felt like it was problematic. And I think problematic is becoming my favorite word, but honestly, a lot of shit is just problematic in our culture. And he's like, the kids, like, it's too late for the adults, is basically what he was saying, but it's not too late for, it's like, we need to start with the kids. And I kind of agree with that. But I do, like, my husband, for example, in his adult years, tried to do something different, something he had never done before, something he had never seen anybody in his family do before. Um, and it still became an issue. Guess what, Cheryl? You all green on the internet.
I didn't hear you.
Video is good. Say something.
Hello, hello.
Hey. There we go. You switched to the phone, didn't you?
Yes, look, I promise I paid that internet bill, girl. I don't have the hood hooked up. I promise y'all, I'm on what is this? And I'm on Spectrum, whatever it is in Louisville now. It's like
Xfinity, stop playing with you. You got things to do.
right. Okay, y'all know I done paid y'all's money. I don't know why y'all want to play with a sister today.
Man, I'm telling you. So we were talking about the unfortunate passing, or I kind of don't even like the word passing. He was murdered, so let's just call it what it was. The unfortunate murder of Takeoff from the Migos. And just like what our thoughts on that and how we think our culture, what we think our culture needs to really affect change. What can we do to affect change? What can the rappers do? I was saying a lot of rappers have been coming out saying that they're done with rap or they're done rapping about certain things. What are your thoughts, Cheryl?
Well, that's kind of hard for me to say because I mean, I wasn't a rapper, but I was in the music industry for years. So, I mean, I was in that game for, I don't know, 15 to 20 years. So a lot of these people, they rap and talk about what they know. So this is how, you know, hey, beautiful.
Yeah.
You know it.
Lord, I'm sorry to interrupt, but it has been a crazy little evening.
Girl,
I'm trying to hurry up and give baths.
Nope. I gave you a disclaimer. I said, listen, Lisa is at practice with the football star, okay? So she's going to be tapping in.
It's over. Now we in All Stars. It's just ongoing.
Yes.
So we was talking about the unfortunate murder of Takeoff. And yeah, I know, right? So Cheryl was giving her opinion on it. And I think I'm excited to hear Cheryl's perspective because we all have different perspectives on stuff, right? And there's nothing wrong with it. That's why we have these conversations. It doesn't have to be the same. But I just feel like whatever Cheryl's about to say is going to be real good.
Oh my God.
I won't hear it. I won't hear it.
Like I was saying, it's like with me when I was in the industry, most of these people, this is what they live. This is how they grew up. They grew up with, being around uncles and aunties that were slangers and, them toting in school. So it's like, that's what they grew up with. So that's the only lifestyle that they know. So that's the only thing that, they have to talk about. Because, how they say, like, some of the rappers, it's like, they was called out. It's like, oh, they rapping about that, but they not really about that life. They just trying to get into the game. And they was like called out on their bullshit, basically. Because it's like, your ass ain't never lived in the hood before. How you going to rap about the hood? So, it's like, that's, what they know. So it's like they feel that they can, come up on it legally and make money. But it's like, then on the other hand, they're jeopardizing other things. Yeah. So it's hard.
And I think the ones who have not actually lived that life and perpetrated, that is problematic. But that's what I was saying is like, you can't tell somebody not, if they're an artist, you can't tell them not to talk about what they've lived. Like that's their life.
Because most of the time, people that are artists, their life is in their music. And come up with the lines and the storylines and everything else. And I don't really know too much happened. I do know that it took place in the hood or some place like that. And it reminded me a lot of big Nipsey fan. I've been a Nipsey fan for over like 10 years. And it just reminded me of him and of even his approach with people. You know, and it just was unfortunate with him, how he grew up. You know, LA is rough, and you know he approached him like, I heard you over here, and it cost him his life. You know, so I definitely agree with can't get that out of them. So
Yeah, I'm looking at the comments. I think discernment is an unspoken component in this scenario. While I support being with your folks, sometimes being in the wrong place at the wrong time can literally cost one their life. And that's a word.
Very true. Very
Yep.
true.
absolutely,
And that's like the
yeah.
PNB Rock situation. Just being, regardless of the post, because let me say this too. I don't like how everybody was trying to bash that girl. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that.
So what happened? I am horrible about social, keeping up with the who's who's. So it was like, y'all, my son.
Yes.
Girl,
I am.
Go get in the shower.
I am the worst, because it's like when I was hearing about this, and I was like, okay, now who is this? You know, so yeah, because I mean, come on now. It's like, I'm not in my 20s or 30s, so I don't really get into rap music a lot like I used to. I mean, but now it's like I am 56. So it's like some of this music is not even appealing to me. When I was into the rap game, like when I worked for Death Row, so I came up with Snoop, Pac, Dre. I came up with the best. When I left Death Row, I went to No Limit. So talk to me about some Mystical P. I'm down with that. But like all of this
So
new
you
stuff,
bad
is
about
like,
it? She said she's
I'm
bad
about
about
it.
it.
I am about it.
And honey, these new artists is coming out the train.
Okay, it's like I still got my necklace in there with my tank. Okay, so it's like
That's
don't make me go put my tank on.
No, I thought I told you.
So it's like, and these new ones coming up, it's like, when are you guys really gonna learn? It's like, look at what has came before you with the rap game. It's like, this is not about killing one another, and it's not about.
I mean, even the guys that have made it out that are getting locked up because of drugs and stuff.
Yep.
And it's just like, it's so unfortunate. I don't know if they didn't have the guidance around them, or they just really can't shake it. It goes back to the root of it. Like, opportunities to make it out, get out.
Yeah.
Yes. And see,
so now you didn't
in that position.
Yes. Like, I don't understand.
Actually, she just touched on a big word on that guidance, because remember our last conversation on our Street Widows, and we talked about guidance with losing, your spouse, and when having kids, and getting guidance for your kids, and getting them those positive role models, in their lives. Because like when I lost my husband, my youngest son was 5. So, it was very, very important to me. And like I had said before, that's my whole reason of stop working in the music industry. And again, when I was in the music industry, I was, national director of marketing and promotion. So I was like on the backside. I wasn't out there on the stage throwing it up, I wasn't doing it.
Sherry said I wasn't doing all that.
I was, every now and then it's like, if I done had, a sip or two, I jump out there on the stage and, bounce around. But anyways, it's like my whole thing was that guidance and making sure that my kids had positive role models, in their lives. And I kept them busy, with like how you're doing with the Optimist League of the football, the basketball and things like that, and had them around strong men that would always lecture them on the side.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So we definitely need more
especially
programs.
If gearing towards being the perfect learner, or just being really have to tap in with your child and know what they're eager to do, and really, because again, sometimes it's in them. You know, it really is unfortunate situation. So I definitely agree. It's really important. I think we got another comment.
Yeah, not that it's an excuse, but survivor's guilt eats a lot of people alive, though, and that alone causes them to perpetrate a cycle they have the ability to break. I agree with that. I think that
I agree too.
And I watch a lot of Drink Champs, and so I see a lot of, like, you know, I hate to say old school, but like I see a lot of the more seasoned, the vets. I see the vets in the game and the way that they talk about it, and it's like they don't. You learn from people with more experience than you, right? It's not even about age. Like how we was talking about with Misha. She's 10 years ahead of where both of us are, and Cheryl is 20 years ahead, and that knowledge, that experience is what you learn from. Misha young, I think but she could be younger than me and still be years ahead of me in the widow game. Right. And so I think that when I hear older rappers talk about their experience, and when they talk about Biggie and Pac and all of those things, they have regret. They wish that they had done those things different. And I just wish that people would see that and listen to that. Like, let's stop writing off people because they're old or because, you know, they're not like what's
they don't know
right
what's going on. They old school.
Yeah, they know way more than you. they know exactly what's going on.
Everything they see, and it was just a little discreet, but they just put it straight to the metal.
Y'all not finna write me off.
Period. And that's why, because and I mean, if you've watched the first episode, you know that Cheryl lost her husband in an unfortunate work incident. So no, it was not street related. But this is something else that I want to say too before I even make my point, because I'm trying to get back to the way that they did that girl. I don't like the way that social media did PNB Rock's girlfriend, but to say that. So, like, we know what streets are, right? So we know gun violence, we know drug related deaths, we know long-term incarceration, but let's also think about just people who grieve in ways that are like have a stigma attached to them, or that are just forgotten or are lost, as people from the streets are just written off. And sure, I was thinking about this earlier, and I'm like, you know, the way that how you talked about the job and how it was just business as usual, you know what I mean? Like, that is a form of being shunned or being forgotten or left behind, which is the same as the streets. That's the whole point. It's the whole connection, is that like we have this grief that people overlook, or that people feel some type of way about, or that has like this negative connotation to it. So I wanted to say that, but circling back around, I don't like how they blame that girl for his death. And then, so Lisa, you were saying that you ain't really. So let me just catch everybody up if you're not on the Shade Room, because I only know all this stuff because before I go to bed, I scroll through the Shade Room. Listen, you can't hear. Try to go out and come back in, Lisa. Yeah. Try to give her a few seconds. But so, like in short form, the rapper PNB Rock went to a restaurant with his girlfriend. The girlfriend posted their location on social media. He then, if I'm not mistaken, and my memory's bad, I believe it was an attempted robbery that ended up in his murder. If not, they just walked up on him and shot him. But I think they was trying to rob him, maybe for his jewelry or something. And he wouldn't give it up, and then that led, you know, to his death ultimately. But social media was blaming the girl, and even other like prominent famous people were coming out like, oh, she's wrong, she shouldn't have posted that location. And I was very saddened to see Nicki Minaj come out and say that, because I just listen. I'm a Nicki fan. I love Nicki, but I did not. That made me just think a little bit less of her, because that wasn't her. That wasn't that girl's fault. You know what I mean? And to have to deal, and we know what it's like dealing with losing somebody in those immediate, in the first day, the second day, the third day, and then you have the entire internet slamming you and saying it's your fault. And I didn't like that they did her like that. And same thing with Quavo. What's going on right now is everybody saying, "Oh, it's Quavo's fault that Takeoff got killed. Like Quavo had an altercation that ended up in his death." Like, let's not blame people, especially the people who are dealing with the grief. Sometimes people just need to keep their mouth closed, you know?
You girl,
Near and dear.
Absolutely, because I'm a firm believer with that. Sometimes people just need to keep their mouth closed when it comes to death, because they say the damnedest thing, especially when somebody has passed and you really don't know what's going on. And they was like, "Well, what happened?
What happened? Oh, that grind my gears. I hate that. I hate that.
It's like, really, you're coming to me right now and I just lost my husband. You're asking me what happened? How about just not saying anything? If you don't know what to say, don't say nothing. Just hug the person, whatever, and go on about your business. I'm praying for you, or, I'm here, but, it's like, yeah, some people just do the most when, when someone passes.
Yeah.
So,
I had I don't remember much from my husband's funeral, but there are certain things that I cannot forget. And one was the fact that his family, multiple people, but I remember one person in particular that said, "Oh my God, what you gonna do with them kids?"
really?
Right? It's like, what? Then I remember a sorority sister of mine, and honestly, like, I kind of want to send her the link right now, because I'm kind of upset at myself that I didn't send it to her, because she's also a widow. But I remember her coming and saying to me, "I know there are no words, so I'm just going to give you a big hug." And when I tell you, but I immediately, like, I'm tearing up thinking about it now,
I
because it
got
was just,
chills right now on my arm. Because, yes.
it's like somebody gets it. That's how I felt in the moment. It was like somebody gets it. And I can also
Yes.
empathize with people not knowing what to say, because I swear that used to be me. I used to be like, I don't know what to say. And sometimes I wouldn't say anything because I didn't know what to say. And it's like, there's nothing that you can say, right? But I used to be that person who didn't know what to say or like how to interact with people. Now that I have lost somebody like super close to me, of course I'm better at that, but honestly there are no words. And the fact that she knew that, and that just that out of 100 people in a room, one person knew what to say, which was nothing.
Yes.
Oh my God,
Yes.
I will forever be grateful for her in that moment.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I would never ever forget this. Like I said, like back in the day, we used to have record stores in the neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to own a record store. And my husband and I, that was our business, because that was like basically that was his business, because that was his baby, because I ran our other business, which was a production company.
Mm-hmm.
And when my husband died, it was like, because all the neighborhood, ballers, to whatever, always came in our store. And I would never forget, one of the guys came in the store. When he saw me, he was like, and he just did like that. He was like that. He just walked off. And he just started scrolling, slowly looking at the CDs and, everything. And, he done teared up, you know what I'm saying? So, you know how they say it ain't cool, to see the, about that life, ain't supposed to cry, But, it's like he teared up and he grabbed a CD and he walked to the counter and he put the CD down and he just kind of looked at me. And, because I'm still very emotional because I just happened to be in the store at that time to grab, some items. And he looked at me and my person that was working with me in the store rung him up and everything. So he put $100 bill on the counter. He looked at me and he was like, sorry. And he just walked out. So, she was like, hold on. Your change, and he just like kept walking, and then it was like, and I just looked and I just started crying, so it was like, I could see the hurt in his face. He didn't know what to say. Yes. So he didn't know what to say so that simple gesture of, I'm sorry, and walking out. I knew exactly that was, coming from the heart, what he was, his gesture. So then I, come to find out later, it was like all the little guys, our regulars that would come in and buy CDs. They was like, y'all make sure y'all keep going in and supporting her, because she's got the kids, like they say, what you gonna do about them kids?
Are you gonna help? Why you asking? Are you helping? Are you buying clothes, shoes? Are you sending money? Anything? It's Christmas.
Girl. Oh my gosh. People be doing the most. I mean, I'm telling you, it's like they have just, I don't get it. I don't.
No filter.
It's
don't. No filter. I think
none. No filter, no concern, no compassion, no nothing. Nothing.
Just meddling.
Girl, what you gonna do about them kids? Now, let me ask you a question. Did you go get that Social Security?
Girl, I think I get like $198 a month. Okay, my little 190. That's not even gas money. Okay, but everything counts. But I'm just saying, yeah. But they'll be all in your business.
All right.
And I remember people asking me too, like, well, are you gonna move back home, or you staying in Georgia? Or how you gonna stay in Georgia by yourself? I remember people asking me, why you want to stay there? You got a man or something? Like,
yes. I had the same
to you on a regular basis. I don't got to explain any of my life decisions to you. And then also, like, and I don't want this to sound the wrong way, but facts are facts, right? And when I want to choose my words, people, everyone does not have the same level of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have come to understand that some people will not understand my thought processes because they don't think like me, and that's okay. But with me being in Georgia without family, without friends, I get that question often, and people don't understand, or people say, well, you don't have help. You made that choice. You chose to stay in Georgia. And it's like, yeah, but look what's going on in our city. And then you want to ask me, why would I want to stay?
Why didn't y'all not give me the warning before I moved back to Louisville? That's a whole different subject, but okay.
Well, and you were gone for a very long time. So I know it's like night and day for you. I've been gone since 2008, but I've went back, frequently. So I see what's going on. And it's just like, for me, I don't want to raise my kids in that.
Right.
Easy to, like, stuff happens in Atlanta every day, but I'm not from here. So it's very easy for me to disconnect from that. I live in Sandy Springs. I go to work, I take my kids to school, and I mind my business. But in Louisville, I got family. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't just be like, oh, I ain't going to the West End. My family in the West End, like, and that's where I'm from. So what do you mean? Like, I'm trying to get my chicken, I'm trying to get my wedges. You know what I mean? Like, I can't, it's harder to do when it's where you're from. And I hate it's a lot of questions that I hate when people ask me, but that is one that I absolutely hate, when people say like, oh, well, if you just move home, you'll have help. Well, how about y'all move here? How about you? Do you not see how toxic that environment is? Have you been able to succeed in that environment? Have you been able to accomplish anything in that environment? Is it serving you? Because it doesn't serve me for where I'm trying to go in life. And so all of that to say, I think, not I think, I have come to realize that some people have a difficult time understanding the way that I think and the reason why I make the choices that I make. But like, as a widow, that's not for me to have to explain to anybody. Point blank.
Right. I definitely came to that realization like later as well. It's like, you know what, I'm not gonna explain myself. I'm not, I had people like saying that to me, like after my husband died, was like, you gonna stay in that big ass house by yourself? Again, it's like, what you gonna do with them kids? It's like, what am I supposed to do? This is my children's home. This is where they go to school. I'm not gonna, we just had a dramatic loss and change, so I'm not gonna put them through another dramatic loss and change. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yes, I'm gonna stay into this house, and yes, we're gonna have to continue, moving forward. So yeah, it was again, people just definitely need to start being mindful when somebody loses somebody close to them on the things that they say. So look, wait a minute. Let me take another sip of wine. Hold on.
Listen, and I gotta fill mine up. Hold on. I brought the bottle with me. Obviously, I'm on my bed. I got my curl, like I'm chilling. But I did bring the whole bottle because I knew I was gonna need more.
Look, I got my bottle right here beside me too.
Sure, I know what you're working on, and I don't want to prematurely say anything, but I promise, like, that's why I said, do you want to share what you drinking or no? But I'm not going to share your business. You share your own business. Let me go to the comments. But I'm excited for you is what I'm saying. Good. And that's good. Most wouldn't understand that, widow or not, if they never left the city. And that's true. Folks be stuck in their own. Yeah. And it's unfortunate. And we don't want to talk down on anybody. Like, if you choose to stay in wherever you're from, if you choose to stay home, that's fine. But the facts are the facts, and it is a different mentality that you obtain when you leave where you're from and who in your family, and you forge a path on your own. I'm looking at the time and I'm like, okay, we only got like 15, 17 minutes left. So Cheryl, I really want to just, no, sis. We're not talking down. The facts are just facts.
Right. No, we're not talking down because like I love Louisville. I mean, this is home for me as well. But I was always one in my jobs. I traveled a lot. But I did, after my husband died, I did stay in Louisville. I raised my kids in Louisville. But however, my son, when he graduated high school, he turned 18 on July the 9th. My flight left July the 10th at 6:20 a.m.
Got to go.
I had sold the house, everything. I left Louisville. And my reasoning for leaving Louisville, like I told everyone, I did everything on my own. I really didn't have that big, support system and everything like that. Even though I have family, let me say that, because, like my sister, my brother, they was my backbone. They was always there. My aunt loved her dearly, you know. So, they was always there. But my reasoning for leaving, and I used to tell people, you may call it selfish, but I call it self-full. I need to be full of me. I need to get me back. When you lose a spouse, you lose a big part of yourself, your identity, your mentality,
Half. You
everything.
literally lose half.
Yes.
Oh,
So
people do not.
to get me back. I need to get full of me. I need to pour back into my cup. So because it's like being that mother, it's like when you lose your spouse, then it's like you force, of course, them kids, you know what I'm saying? So it's like we got to take care of family. So it's like you have to get yourself back. So that's what I had to do for me.
And I kind of am stuck in that space where I'm trying to get back. And a lot of I feel like that I'm losing a lot of people as far as like friends. My mindset is still stuck on the fact that I'm going through it, and I feel like that close friends and relatives don't understand that. So even when they're and or whatever they feel like they've done, I'm still stuck in this having what I had. Like my whole life just changed. I'm a whole different person. Like give me time just to this new life. And then it's like I've never been a clingy person as far as it's like, even though I could call on my friends, it's like that when I lost him, it was that more than often. So now it's like that I'm trying to get back to me. I'm kind of, and I don't know why it's weird. I don't know. I'm in a weird space, I guess. So
I don't think, I mean, it is, I understand it being a weird space. I think it's a normal space for someone going through what you're going through. I think more than anything, sometimes people don't know how to interact with you because you have changed. You've went through a monumental, life-changing thing. And I think other people sometimes don't know how to react to that or how to interact with that.
Right.
And so I don't, it's not,
my feeling
you got to look at yourself.
more than anything is that if you know that I've been through what I've been changed about me, allow me that time, or taking consideration funerals over and you forgot about it, that my life is still going through it. A lot of times that people may have felt like I've not been there for them, and I'm like, dude, I'm broke. You don't even know that I was in the bed crying all day, or because I don't really what I go through. So it's more of me like I'm giving you that time. So I was kind of I was angry at a lot of people, and it's because I love wholeheartedly. So it was hard to kind of put that balance and boundary. You just don't understand. They don't know how to deal with you. They don't understand, and until you go through it, it's just one of those things. And I think it's more than anything that it just kind of hurts my feelings, the fact that I'm a different person. Like I can't go back to the old me. Like, so even for me, it was hard to accept that I'm a whole different person. So I just feel like people should, respect the fact.
When I tell y'all, when we say friends, it's triggering as fuck for me, okay? Because it's like, and I've shared bits and pieces of it, and I talked about it a little bit on one of the episodes, but not in depth. And so I guess I'm about to do that now. I think sometimes the concern is innocent but people don't choose their words correctly and subsequently end up unprepared for how to respond to your raw truth of emotions. I think that is very accurate. But also, like, and it may be selfish, but I feel like Lisa said, you know what I'm going through. So some stuff you just gotta take, you know what I'm saying? Like, overlook it, push it to the side, and keep on moving because you know who I truly am. And who I am showing up as right now is just a result of the space that I'm in. And
Bingo.
I think my best friend, we have been best friends since middle school. Like, knows all my secret. You know what I mean? Like, this was my person. Well, he wasn't even her boyfriend. She's just fucking on the nigga for lack of, I don't even know what else to call it. Like, she's fucking with a nigga.
What's her sneaky link?
Yeah, I was her sneaky link. They went public or nothing. They went public or nothing. He ain't claiming her or nothing, okay? And I'm on FaceTime with her. And this is maybe like day 2 or day 3. I'm getting ready to come to Kentucky. And do y'all know the boy? He ain't even a boy. The dude came in the phone and laughed in my face while I was crying. It said, "What's up?"
Wow.
I lost it. And so I can take ownership in that I did say some crazy stuff to her that I would never say to somebody I love and care about. But my husband just got killed. I don't know who did it. And then yo nigga come on the phone acting all silly. You know what I'm saying? It's just be
Laughing.
like,
Exactly.
and you didn't say nothing. And that's what did it for me. Like, because it had it been the other way around, like, hold on, what is it? Girl, let me call you back real quick. And I would have got him together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But instead of that, she took up for him, which made me feel like now I can't trust you because what the fuck is going on? And I didn't find out until months after, but the dude she was messing with, the streets say that my husband killed his peoples. And so once, you know what I'm saying, like, my brother called me from penitentiary.
But I still
like,
feel like it was something that he was supposed to keep to himself. Like I have nothing.
If you love and respect this girl who you're sleeping with and know that I'm her best friend, you should have kept it to yourself. But if you don't give a fuck about her to respect her, then yeah, you're going to disrespect her friend at a time like that. And that was my take on it. So I lost my best friend 2 days after I lost my husband. But in hindsight, it probably was the best thing that could have happened, because had we still had our friendship, I would have felt way more comfortable to move back home. I would have felt like I got somebody, you know what I'm saying? I got help. I got somebody who's going to help me through this. And I probably 90%, I probably would have moved back to Louisville. And I don't think that's where I am meant to be to serve my purpose. So when we talk about friends, y'all,
whew, that's why right now, look,
it's hard.
Cheers. I'm so thankful for you guys, and that's why it's like I love doing this and trying to reach out to other women, because even like I had a bad day. I'm tearing up on you, Ashley, and it was like I had to hit up Ashley. I'm like, I'm having a moment. But and you know, it's like when you have a friend, they don't understand. But when you have like somebody that's been through it, they get it. You know, it's like you don't even have to go through the whole spiel. It's just
they already know.
I hit up Ashley when I said I'm having a moment. you know, and she was like, okay, you know, because I was like just going through a lot, you know, and I'm like, here I am, I'm trying to move, I'm trying to do all of this. And had he have been here, I wouldn't be going through this shit, you know. So it's like
It's
when
like
you have
a trigger.
yes,
It's a trigger.
Yes.
yes, yes, yes. So no, the friends, like we had talked about that, they don't understand because they haven't had our journey.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
No,
That's
so
true.
Thankfully,
And
they haven't
towards
had our
the end that they haven't had our journey, and to still keep a bad person, and I don't really had how I feel. So it's like in the beginning to kind of balance my feelings, to understand that they don't understand, and still that I used to be, like, you know. So
Yep.
it's hard. It's so hard dealing with relationships. And that's how I look at it too, like ship too. So with that being said, it's kind of like you're gonna go through, and have we really expressed to your friend exactly how you feel, or of what you expect them to be doing, or how they should be doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never really kind of explained where I'm at with it, or my feelings, or whatever the case may be, or oh, they don't care, or you know, they haven't asked me about it, so I don't want to bring it on in that moment right now. So
yeah, yeah.
it's
Yeah.
hard.
You know, and
And even
I
feeling burdened, like, because I realize that sometimes it's me. It's not my friends. It's me. It's like I be going through stuff, but I don't want to keep voicing what I'm going through because there's nothing that anybody can do to help me with it.
Right.
So I don't want to keep putting this burden on you, or even if not to call it a burden, but like putting this energy off on you. And you got your own life. Like you know,
Right.
you got your own stuff going on.
Right.
you know, then sometimes the friends, they're like, oh my God, here she go again. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh
I
my
just feel
God.
like that at the time that what I was going through, and kind of there when everything went down, and me having to move in with family, and like that people closed their door and put boundaries on me before, I guess, also made me grateful, because it made me realize that, Lisa, you the only person that you got to do what is good for you, as far as to get a third. It is for you to get through what you're going through. Like, this is a journey of yourself, and I pressure on people, just somebody being there with me. So if it wasn't him, then I'm just clinging to being right there. So I put those expectations of him onto just being there, trying to soothe me. You know what I'm saying? And I was in my feelings, but at the same time, I'm like, they have to continue on with their life. Like, not. So therapy has helped me a lot, just for not holding grudges, because the first like holidays and stuff with my family, I didn't even want to go. Talking about what we bring in. Did y'all realize today is my boyfriend's death date? Like that. But I had to also understand that, you know what I'm saying? They're not thinking about that. If I brought it to their attention, maybe they'd be like, oh, acknowledge the comfort. But I guess I was assuming that you know that, and you should try to not put expectations on people. Just period, because it just gives me a peaceful journey. I'm turning up everybody.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me. I don't talk to you. I'm blocking. Crazy.
Yeah.
Then they're like, "Oh, Lisa, so crazy." I'm not crazy. I'm going through things. I'm going through
And I guess my friends are not used to me reacting that way, because in the beginning, and I've always been in a relationship that I don't care what's going on. Just call me if you need, I'm there. If not, holler at you when I can. It's no bad blood, but it's always been my. I just never even grew up in like a group of women, and with 4 brothers, I was the only girl. So I don't know. I guess it was kind of hard.
So let me ask you, saying that makes me think about something, and I posed a question to both of y'all. Lisa first, because you brought it up. In your relationship, was you the type that like, I got a man, I ain't worried about my friends? Yes. I could tell, Cheryl. And I mean, I get that married a bit different, but you, like, once you got married, it was like, I ain't worried about y'all.
Not really. Not
Okay.
Lisa can't hear us again.
Not.
Oh, we lost her again.
Yeah, it's her internet. I can see everybody's internet connection. It's her internet.
Yeah. So no, not really. I wasn't like that. But when when we was talking about how friends, when they don't understand, girl, I have to tell you, I have to share this. Because my friend, to this day, I'll never forget it. It was like after my husband died, like we said, we go through things and our emotions and our hormones, and it's like the smallest thing that would make us cry, whatever. And then it's like when you're laughing, sometimes you feel guilty about laughing. It's like, because you're having a moment, it's like, okay, why am I being kind of happy right now with everything I'm just going through? But girl,
yeah,
my friend, love her dearly. Cammie was like, she's like,
sorry, y'all. I don't know what's going on.
Mine's
it's okay, girl.
It's like every time somebody calls, I can't hear or see no more. And I'm declining. I'm sorry.
She on live. Stop calling.
Right. But look, girl, my friend, it's like how we say friends.
Like this.
When we say have friends, when they don't understand like what we're going through and our emotions, and it's like when you try to talk to your friend and everything. Look, I have the dumbest friend at that time. She was like, okay, look, girl, I can talk to you all day. I understand. I know you hurting. She was like, but I got something for you. And I'm like looking at her all crazy. This heifer, she gonna buy me a vibrator, some gel.
That's right, friend. That's right, friend.
That's right.
She's like, look, he's been gone now for a couple months. I know you ain't with nobody. Girl, look, you just need some D in your life right now. Let this hold you off.
And sometimes that is what you need. Let's be honest.
That is because listen.
Oh my God!
Valentine's Day, everybody got me a dildo for Valentine's Day, and I was like, but I guess they were saying, Lisa, it's time to move on. Like, but
right. I'm sitting here like this. I'm sitting here like this, like with this toy in my hand. Like, did she just really buy me this?
But you used it. But you used it though.
Did you use it?
Girl, thank God for Walgreens 24 hours for them extra batteries, boo. Woo!
Period. Yes, Lord.
But it's like sometimes, it's like we need that friend like that to just kind of break the ice for us when we're going through that
aggression. They know you all bundled up, and you just need to let loose. Hell, so
yes.
Definitely.
So it's like if you don't know what to say when you don't have those, you don't want those soft words to make that person cry. Do something to make them smile by all means. or just shut the hell.
Be trying to
You know what I'm
play
saying?
with me, like I'm so strong, and I hate the people to see me. I hate for people to take me, or it upsets me more when people's like. So it's like I'm kind of crazy because it's like I want you to acknowledge it, but if it makes sense, so I want you to bring it to my attention or seem like that is, but I just don't want to have that moment right now. Yep. If it makes sense,
right?
Yep.
Crazy.
It makes sense.
So it's therapy helps a lot.
I wouldn't even say crazy. I think we are all living through something, and anybody dealing with grief is living through something that's unexplainable. So, like, it's only crazy because everyone cannot understand and cannot relate to it. But at some point in time, they will lose a mother, a father, a grandmother. Like, I always tell people, if you cannot understand what I'm going through, just give it some time. And unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? Like, it will happen to you or close enough to you that your whole perspective on it changes. And then you'll have an understanding.
I agree.
Yes. That's why I love our platform, and I love our Girl Talk and our Widow Talk. And I always encourage everybody, if you know a widow, if you a widow, you know, to join us, to join our groups and everything. You know, it's not, you know, we don't sit around.
Laugh more often, and maybe tell our followers and stuff that we're going to be going more tuners. But
yes,
I think that we should.
You know, as y'all can tell,
it's like therapy.
Yeah. You know, we laugh, we talk, we hee ha ha. We may shed a tear every now and then, but it's not like we sitting on here looking like some damn Tammy Faye Baker with our mascara running down our face and all of that stuff. You know what I'm
saying? Pull it back together.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
I will say that Cheryl has her Whiny Widows platform, and so we will be going live on the Whiny Widows page. We'll be starting soon, so that'll be another opportunity for just like widow talk. And I'm always down to hop on the Street Widows page and just chop it up. I mean, even if it's like y'all call me or text me and be like, "Girl, I got something to talk about today." I'm like, "Okay, let's set the live."
I got you.
Let's set it up.
I got you.
Yes, I want to like to wrap up. I would love for both of you to just share your like behind the scenes experience with coming out to the podcast. I guess I'll say Cheryl first because Cheryl was on the very first episode, which kind of wasn't an episode. It started as a docuseries and then it turned into the podcast. So when we filmed the very first episode, it was like we weren't even thinking podcast. It just like my cousin's like, yeah, because people need this. Like, you need to put it out. Stop trying to hold on, because I film stuff and hold on to it for the right opportunity. And he's like, nah, you need to, like, people need this. And I received that. I heard that Cheryl said the same thing. My homegirl Niecy said the same thing. So you all are going to have different experiences because Lisa came on when it was actually like podcast format, and honey, we had this elevated wine that just had everybody on there.
Listen, I stopped for 2 days afterward.
Shout out to Elevated Goodies.
Shout out to Elevated Wine.
Yes, honey, we had so much fun.
But so Cheryl, if you could go first, and I'll just kind of give you like my thinking behind asking you all this question. Other women, and not even that they are widows or street widows, but I had someone who dealt with some molestation in the family to explain to me, like, I'm dealing with grief of family members, of my child's innocence being taken from her. This is grief for me. and she wanted to come on to the podcast and talk about that. I had someone reach out to me who is a child of a widow and said that they wanted to share that experience, which I absolutely love, because like I just love hearing from people who lost their parents at a young age.
Me too.
That helps me to raise my kids. So other people who are not widows are coming to me, and I'm going to expand the platform to them, because it is grief. But I would love for you all to share just your experience behind the scenes with the pod, for other people, or like for the future guests.
Well, I mean, for myself, it's like I am a force behind Ashley, because at first it's like I was like blowing her phone up all the time, like, Ash, we need to do this. Ash, we need to do that. Like, this is bigger than us.
Ideas. Very good ideas that you have.
I'm like, this is bigger than us. So, you know, and I was like really, really on. Ashley was like, I don't want to do a podcast. I'm like, Ashley, we need to do the podcast so we can reach out to more people. I'm like, girl, I got you. I'm like, you're going to be the Oprah. I'm the Cheryl Underwood. I got you, girl. I got you. But, you know, I enjoy doing this. I think in our whole, you know, Ashley and I, we talked about it. Our vision is to grow the platform, to talk to people, and just to have this comfort, you know, conversation. We've even talked about like later on having a retreat, you know, our girls' weekend, you know, and we're going to
Widows weekend.
We need to. That's mandatory.
Yeah.
No lie.
So it's like don't put nothing past Ashley and I. When we put our minds together, it's like we are a force to reckon with.
Gotta do it. I'm gonna be on y'all.
It's just time for me. It's like I don't have time to fucking breathe during the day. So for me, it's timing. But Cheryl has the most awesome idea. So I second that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, my schedule is like super crazy. So, but I enjoy doing this, and this is like, I guess, another form of therapy, you know, for me, just to reach out, you know, and talk to you girls, and, you know, to laugh and, you know, to share things. So just look forward to us doing, you know, bigger things. We're on Facebook. Join the group, y'all. Join the group, The Whining Widows.
Well, and we filmed at my mama's house. So Cheryl, the very first episode it's in my mama's living room. Like, very just. I wanted everybody. It's such a not crazy. It's such a sensitive topic to talk about, and so I try to choose these places that are like home, like they give you a home vibe and feeling.
Yes,
we did. Lisa's episode was filmed in a different location, because we actually were supposed to film in Atlanta, and then it was like a hurricane was coming. It was just a lot of stuff going on, so we didn't get to film where we wanted to film. But Lisa, so what about your experience?
I am so grateful and blessed for this experience, and I'm so excited to me. Just because, like I said, I was in a space of people not understanding what I'm going through. And truth be told, like, it never changes the situation of what I'm going through, but it makes me, you know what I'm saying, to actually know this, it's not just me alone. Like thing, like, I just want you to go through this. So I just feel like that we're all on this journey and I feel that this is gonna grow. And Ashley, it's just keep going. I have reached out to a couple people when everything happened with my fiance and playtime, when everything happened. So as much as I wanted to do it, I wasn't in to be a part of something that somebody is in the space to do it. I'm here for everything, and I can't wait because it's all needed. Yeah. And like you said, it is a form of therapy to actually get it off my chest, where I don't feel like I'm overwhelming people. It's not something that I feel like I gotta hold back anything because y'all been through it.
Yeah.
I feel like that we should just keep on, spreading the word and get to, especially for the holiday season. I feel like that is so mandatory.
Yeah.
I'm actually people that has reached out to me to even just tell me that they inspire me. They're inspired by it, and I'm like, y'all have no clue what's going on behind the doors. But I guess to keep going and be strong enough to even put that platform up to make people want to keep going. So back to people, that is my thing as far as even being a helping hand and giving back to people. That is my mission. So I'm here for it, and the future widows, and we heard, and we love to talk.
Yeah, because unfortunately,
we love to support each other.
Yes.
Oh, hold on, but I love that wine glass. I gotta eat. Miss Sherry, Miss Cheryl.
Girl, look. Speaking of wine glasses, I'm gonna be giving you girls. I got us our own special glasses that we're gonna be getting here soon. So we will have our
I
own.
keep seeing her put it up to the camera. I'm like, oh.
We're gonna have our own special wine glasses that we will be having here really soon.
Okay.
Sweet.
So wherever y'all need me at, Cheryl and Ashley, I'm here. I know I am big, just trying to balance it all out, trying to figure out how to be a single parent at the same time, people and everything else. So I'm here.
Girl, you and me both.
Love y'all. Wish I could give y'all a hug.
I know, like group hug, girl. And everybody that's joining in with us too.
Yes, I'm group hugging y'all. I
appreciate y'all so much, and it takes a lot. It took me I had to really get to a space where I was able to share the things that I've been through. And so I understand.
And that helps with therapy, actually getting it off your chest. For the first time that you're so much, not even emotional, because it's going to be emotional, but it's not the first reaction.
Yeah. Yep. Wholeheartedly. And so just creating a safe space for other people to be able to have that, and even if you are not participating, even if you are just the silent listener or watcher, it's knowing that we are putting this out and that somebody's going to benefit from it. Somebody's going to understand that it's going to hit home for somebody. That, that's the work that we're doing. So I appreciate y'all for being open, for being willing. We are going to, yes, we are going to have our next episode in 2 weeks will also be live, and we'll be talking about, I'm actually going live with all of my friends to share what it looks like to support someone through grief.
Okay.
Because that, that's also important too, right? We all need a support system of some sort. And what does that look like? And what, like we talked about earlier, people don't always know how to support us. And so sharing how to support a friend who's dealing with this, and then me and my friends just having an open and honest conversation about what it's looked like, how they've been impacted, how I've been impacted. So I'm super excited for that. And then, of course, we'll have some more film sessions coming. And I am very excited because we've had I've had conversations with both of y'all at this point, but we have not really, excuse me, we've not really had a space where it was just one-on-one and you being able to tell your story. And so that's coming too.
Okay.
That's coming too. And I get a lot of DMs of for both of y'all, Cheryl, so many people have told me, man, the lady talked about the clock and she lost it. Oh my God. Like, and Lisa, for you,
Wait a minute. Hold on. That the clock, because I just moved into my new place, right?
yeah.
I have not put a battery in this clock for years.
And you put one in. Yay! Come on, Cheryl.
Yes. Look, and girl, I did it. I put the battery in and the weights and everything, and it just fired right up. And I was like, go husband, go husband.
Yes.
So, yes.
Always around. They are always around. But and Lisa, for you, it's been like, I want to hear more. I want to hear more about her story. So
I know. I haven't really.
Yeah, we'll definitely. We'll get some profiles going and just like one-on-ones. I love the group conversations, and I feel like it's very necessary. But we'll also get some one-on-ones going so that people can just connect with you individually more and know exactly what your story is, because while somebody might not identify with my story, they may identify with yours. So we have really, really awesome things coming from Street Widows. We've got awesome things coming from
Yes.
It's necessary. We are losing Black men every single day, unfortunately, which means there is a mother, there is a daughter, there is a girlfriend, a fiance, a wife, a side chick. There are just people who love. But for real,
it is. It is.
Like, there are people who love these Black men who are impacted on a daily basis for the rest of their life by that death. And so we are just beginning, and we have so much more to come. So I'm very thankful for you. Yes, thank you for sharing this space. Thank you for motivating other people, and just being open enough to share your stories. And for taking time and not on the
I
Widow
want to be
Wednesday.
a testimony and a help to whoever is coming up next in my situation. So.
Yeah. So I love y'all. It is all love, genuinely from the heart. And your girl about to log off and watch Sisters, okay?
Look, your girl about to hop out and open another.
Hey. And Cheryl, we'll get you offline so you can let's try to be intentional about getting together sometime. Well, I'm
we really need to get together, y'all, for real.
Listen, I'm coming to Louisville tomorrow, so
let's get together tomorrow evening.
Yeah, we can definitely get together. I will be there until I'm going there to go somewhere else, but I will be there Friday. I'll be there Saturday. I don't have any plans for Saturday. So if y'all want to get together Saturday, hit me up. Let me know. I'll be in town.
I'm down.
You know my work schedule be crazy.
Well, it's an open invite. Listen, I'll be there. I'll be there Friday, Saturday. I will be somewhere else Sunday, and then I'll be leaving out Monday. So Friday or Saturday.
Yeah, the best day for me is going to be tomorrow. So if you got time tomorrow, yeah, because I got to work this weekend.
I think I'm gonna get there so late. But let's play it back here. Let's see
what we'll plan. Yes, we'll plan. So, but yeah, we'll definitely be in contact because, like she said, the holidays is coming up. So that's big for everybody with the holidays, especially, with losing someone and not having that, significant. So, all of those out there that's, looking, y'all know we single and, we do like Michael Kors and Coach purses and all that good stuff. If somebody want to go on and gift us.
Michael Kors blue bandana / paisley print bucket bag.
Okay, it's like
I mean, I said Michael. I mean the Marc Jacobs. The Marc Jacobs bucket tote bag is coming out in the blue bandana print. So if anybody's thinking about what they want to get,
Yes.
right,
Yes.
because we were talking about that, like Christmas and holidays, and not getting those little special
Yes.
gifts that you used to get,
Yeah.
and all of that good stuff. And it's like,
Yep.
woo, not only it's not all about the material things, but just not having that, that person there. So we will definitely be here for one another, to support each other during the holidays. So,
and I have we've already filmed some sessions ahead of time, but I won't lie, the elevated wine had us on our ass. So I don't even know if the episodes are gonna be presentable.
I want to do over.
You want to do over?
I don't care if we gotta pay. We need.
yes, and look,
We didn't know how the elevated wine was gonna get us going. We had a time.
Last night. Listen, the shirt that I have, a friend of mine designed this shirt. He passed last year in a car accident, and so I just want to end on a note with his shirt. Mind the business that pays you.
Okay.
Mind the business that pays you. This is my homeboy Stevan. He is a member of Omega Psi Phi. He's a Q dog. I have so many good memories with him. He's such a awesome. He was such an awesome spirit. Just one of those people who could always feed life into you, light into you. And his death hit a lot of us really hard. And so I just wanted to pick him up by wearing the shirt. We do have a scholarship in his name that we are trying to raise funds for. We have until December 31st to get the scholarship endowed. So if anybody wants to support the WKU scholarship, the scholarship will be for another minority at WKU. So if anybody wants to support, please reach out to me. I would be happy to send you the information. Stevan, we love you, and we are keeping your memory alive. We keeping all of our loved ones' memories alive, and we'll be back in 2 weeks with another episode of Street Widows.
Yeah.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye.